this is Captain America versus Miles, right?
Exactly.
So I got 5 questions here for you, and then this is kind of be like a little different agree to disagree. I'm going to ask your answer to these questions, and then I'll let you know if I agree or not. Okay. So who has better powers?
Spider-Man.
Okay.
Miles Morales.
Miles Morales does. I agree. Who has a better suit?
Which one? The one he made or the one he eventually had?
The one he has, the black and red one.
I'm gonna go with Miles still.
Yep, I agree. Who would win in a fight?
Miles.
Miles would beat Cap.
Oh yeah. Remember, Miles not only has the speed, that whole clinging thing. He has let's say the web and the shield is even as a weapon.
Yeah.
Not forget about what the shield is made out of.
Sure.
It's how he can use it, right?
Right.
As opposed to how Miles can use his web, right? So Cap, he has some speed, but Spider-Man is like infinitely is faster than Cap, right?
Yeah.
Cap has some strength, but Cap is like limited at like 2 tons.
Okay.
The typical the typical Spider-Man is at 10 tons.
Wait, Spider-Man's stronger than Captain America?
Oh, absolutely.
Really?
Yeah. Spider-Man is like a 10-ton dude.
Okay.
Yeah. Always has been.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know. I have to look up, but I'm talking about the Peter Parker Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know about Miles. However, he does have obviously he has some resistance, right?
Yeah.
Obviously he has some strength in order to be flipping around the way he does, right?
Right.
Spiders traditionally have like 10x, meaning 10x their body weight kind of strength.
Right.
Right. The ability to jump the way they do, basically leap up, 2 or 3 stories or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
The way he jumps off of buildings, that's a lot of dexterity, power, things like that. I don't think Cap can jump off a building, land on the ground, and be okay.
Right.
Without any injury at all.
Yeah. No, you're right.
Right. And then on top of all of that, Miles has that electrostatic shock thing.
Venom bite,
so
or whatever he calls it.
I think it beat him.
Yeah, no, I'm sold, dude. I'm with you. I thought, now would Cap's probably better hand-to-hand combat trained, but Spider-Man's a lot faster.
Right.
And he's got the Spidey sense.
Well, the other thing is that Spider-Man has his own, based off of his ability to crawl walls, his dexterity, his nimbleness, his speed. He has his own fighting style based off of that.
Yeah.
And I would put that up against anything that Cap could do.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm with you. I'm with you across the board. So better power, better suit.
Yep.
Who'd win in a fight? Miles Morales.
Yep.
Better movie soundtrack across Spider-Verse as well.
Across the Spider-Verse.
I don't know if you've listened to it, dude. That is a great soundtrack.
No, I have not listened.
Better than a lot of people's albums. Yeah, I mean Metro Boomin. I mean it's up there with like the Phil Collins. In
the Air Tonight.
Yes. Or no, what was that soundtrack he did? Tarzan. Like why'd he go so hard on the Tarzan song? Dude, Metro Boomin did the same thing for Across Spider-Verse, dude. Now, last question.
Sure.
Better movie. This is better comic movie. Mm-hmm. Captain America Civil War or Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse?
I know we have a tendency, so Across the Spider-Verse is not a live action movie.
Right.
Which Cap is, right?
Correct.
But the Miles Morales Spider-Man has crossed that threshold out of cartoon movies or animation into just a movie.
Yeah.
So we're going to compare a movie with a movie.
Correct.
All right. And I'm going to go with Spider-Man.
Yeah, I can't debate that. I also agree. And I kind of, even last week when I first saw this matchup, and I love Civil War. That's one of my favorite MCU movies, period. Right? Like, I mean, for several reasons. I mean, we've talked about it enough. If you want to go back to the last couple of weeks, we talked about that ad nauseum.
Right.
But Across the Spy, I agree for those reasons. And it just, you're right. I don't look at that as, hey, this is a really good animated movie.
Right.
I don't. I just go, this is an amazing movie, period. Even, like, not just an amazing comic movie, it's just an amazing movie.
Right.
From all aspects. I mean, there's things that they've done in that, like, dude, I've done a couple times over the past few weeks was go back to that scene where he breaks out of the Spider Society,
right?
Where Miguel is basically telling him you can't leave because your dad has to die for it to be a canon, yada yada yada. And then when he breaks out and he's like, I'm tired of everyone telling me what to do, and dude, that is a phenomenal scene.
Absolutely. And the other power over Cap is the invisibility thing. I forgot about that one, because that's how he snuck back into that place, so they can jump into that thing.
Correct. Yeah, his whole you don't have a plan, and he had a plan, dude. He pulled every Spider-Man away from that base, and then at the last minute, because I was thinking the first time watching it, why is he not just going invisible? Like they're all chasing him, but he wanted them to chase him,
right?
And now he's partly making his plan up as he goes, which is Spider-Man, right, to the T,
right?
But yeah, that's a phenomenal scene, and I think it's like they took that leap of faith from the first movie. Remember that scene where he finally gets a hand of his powers, and then he jumps off that building, the glass breaks, and he's going down, but the camera, it's shot upside down to make like he's rising.
Yep.
Dude, this scene, they literally took that scene and like 10x'd it in this movie. I mean, he's at the top of that train or whatever, and then he pops off, disappears. I mean, it's a badass moment.
Yeah. I was kind of skeptical about the second movie because they usually poop screw movies, after the first one. It's like they can't make the second one good, but they just knocked this thing out the park.
They did.
Amazing.
Yeah. Well, there you have it. The winner of the King of the Comics movie tournament here on Only Comics is Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. If you haven't seen it by now, why are you even watching this show? I mean, honestly, but now, great movie, phenomenal. And that's one of the movies. Actually, next week, Adrian, I'm gonna give you a little spoiler for what I got in store for you next week. Okay. So next week, I figured since it's early January, beginning of the year, there's no comic movies that have come out yet. Right. So I figured why not discuss all the upcoming movies for 2024, and we'll let you know maybe on a scale from 1 to 5 how excited we are about that movie.
All right.
Some of them they're going to be 1s, I can promise you. I know one of them that will be a 5. I mean, Deadpool 3, that'd be up there as a 5, right?
Sure.
So I'll put together a list of everything that is rumored to drop in 24. We'll go through that next week, okay? But as of this week, the Across the Spider-Verse. I get those two mixed up a lot.
Yeah.
But Across the Spider-Verse, the second movie of the trilogy, because there's a third one coming.
Right.
Unfortunately, that won't be in 24, though. We got to wait like another year. And dude, just the ending. I mean, the balls to end this movie that way. With Miles captured, his dad's about to die. This Miles that captured him is the Prowler in a different universe.
Right.
He's stuck. Everyone's like the balls to end a movie like that with, a few years. That's like Infinity War level of boldness, which I respect. So, all right. Next up.